LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant. Talented, popular, bad for the game. These guys represent what is wrong with today's basketball era. Let's talk about it.
Money's gotta be the shoes. Shoes.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Skinny Hardaway, and this is Retro Heat Check. Checking in one more time for the hoop heads out there. And as always, thank you all for your likes, your shares, your comments, your subscriptions. But I definitely appreciate those questions. Each and every Wednesday night, it's Q&A with Skinny. You guys have been really killing it in the Hoophead Haven. The Hoophead Haven has been going up with the questions. You guys have been killing it. You guys have been letting the clip empty with the questions. There's some out there, some of you out there who saying, "Oh, I'm gonna send you some questions. I'm gonna send you some questions," and no questions of yours has come across my desk. So I'm just saying, I'm just saying, I ain't saying it, but I'm just saying it. You already know. You already know. Here at the Hoophead Haven, man, we ain't trying to put no pressure on nobody, but I would definitely would be appreciative of your participation. Definitely, I love Q&A on Wednesday nights. As much as I love interacting with you all in the comment section, it's nothing like Wednesday night, man. Wednesday night we get to sit back, kick back, you know what I'm saying, answer some questions, you know. Maybe one day we can do Q&A live. That's the next evolution. So once I become you know, at that level where I can go live and all that good stuff, trust and believe, Q&A this Q&A sessions will probably be live, and I think that would even be even greater, even crazier. But you know, one step at a time. We're gonna do it this way for now. But definitely appreciate you all. Keep those questions coming. I love it. Let's give a big shout outs as we're speaking about shout outs. Oh, I forgot, tip of the cap to those in the Hoophead Haven, to all my hoop heads in the Hoophead Haven. Tip of the cap from me to you. You already know. My bad. Forgot that. Forgot to tip the cap to you guys. But man, the squad, man. Speaking of shout outs, man, give a shout out to the squad, man. These are my guys. These are the guys that support me. I support them. We are in this together. We standing 10 toes down in the paint, shoulder to shoulder, chest out, chin up, ready to take on the world, ready to take on all the naysayers, the narrative creators, the propagandists, the haters, the you know, Clutch Sports, the NBA, and the whole legion of fanboys out there. You know we're coming. You know we're coming. You know how we're coming, man. We're coming straight at you, direct with the facts, in the truth, standing in honesty, standing in honor, standing in integrity. You already know, as we drop knowledge, or well, we're always dropping knowledge, but some of us are more on the educational side. Some are more towards the entertainment side of this space, but majority of us, we're somewhere in the middle. We come from different walks of life. We all have different approaches to our content, but at the end of the day, we all move forward. We all move in one accord, even when we are disagreeing at times, and it happens. But at the end of the day, we're on the same team. So big shout outs go out to my main man, Sports and Fitness Rants, Uncommon Sense the OG, Scap Attack, Angry O Hoops, Uncut Hoops. Michael Jordan fans are the best. NNB Sports TV. We got NNB Sports TV. Got my main man, my twin, Phenomenal Fitness. You already know. Big shouts to him. me and him, hey, the plan is still the plan. The plan is still in motion. We just got to just get a few things as far as communication and the logistics of everything. Trying to get our schedules in sync, because I'm definitely looking forward to going live with Phenomenal Fitness. Be on the lookout. I know we were supposed to do it over the weekend. Some things that came up on his side. So you already know, life happens. Life's. You already know how that works. But big shout outs to him. You already know what it is, man. We got Ticket TV, Man Down Sports. We got Prince Sports. We got Geechee Life Sports Talk. We got Kobe Bryant Film Room. Big shout outs to you, my friend. We got Jordan versus LeBron. We got Shekel Storm NBA. Holla at him, man. Check out his channel, man. He's doing a video series about the Israeli penny pinchers, the mythical Israeli penny pinchers. You already know, man. And your boy, yours truly, Skinny Hardaway, is the first 2 chapters of the story, basically the origins of how the team came together. So check him out, man. He's very entertaining. That's my guy. The Real Mind Crime. Big shout outs to you. Hoop God. Big shout outs to you, my friend. The Allen Knicks TV, man. The Allen Knicks TV. Love his channel, man. Definitely a cool channel. Definitely a cool guy. Also, definitely cannot forget NBA Fact Self Research. This guy right here is amazing. He drops science, he drops knowledge, and keeps it moving. I like that. Short, sweet, to the point, raw facts. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong when you're just dropping the knowledge. When you're dropping the knowledge and doing the knowledge, hey, big shout outs. These are the guys, man. These are the guys. If I forgot anybody, please forgive me. I think I named pretty much everybody, but if I forgot anybody, please forgive me. I'm shooting these off at the top of the brain, trying to get my flow down and all that good stuff. So sometimes I do forget. Please forgive me if I do forget you. It's not anything personal. It's gonna be a closed door meeting today. We have no new members to add to the Hoophead Haven, so the doors to the Haven remain closed. All of the Hoopheads in the Hoophead Haven gather around, get close. You already know what it is, man. We're about to you know what I'm saying, get right into it. You already know. The 2010s. The 2010s is an era of basketball that many think is so exciting, and so a lot of people think that it's the greatest era, and the 3-pointers, and these guys play so, they're so athletic, and they're 7-footers that shoot threes, and all kinds of crazy stuff. But I definitely think that in the 2010s there were 3 players that definitely defied the era, and in a lot of ways defied it in the negative. And that's LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant. You saw these guys in the Olympics. You saw what Kevin Durant was doing. You saw what Steph was doing, putting on an ungodly, just a godlike performance, like a hoop god, basketball god type level performance. I mean, seeing Steph, man, put that ball up in the air, that just lets you know that, man, oh man, you are literally watching the greatest shooter of all time, the greatest shooter in the world. You have him on the world stage versus all these other great players from all around the world, and Steph Curry let everybody know that he hit the shot. They definitely brought home the gold. LeBron James didn't do much enough to really impress me, to get a MVP trophy that he didn't earn. Front running as usual, and you know how that goes. But these 3 guys represent the shift in the NBA as far as where we stand today. Mainly, these 3 players are catalysts for a lot of the negative movements, a lot of the negative occurrences and phenomenons that has happened within the NBA. In spite of the fact that these guys are super talented, some of the greatest players to ever play the game, in you know, in various ways. But what makes these guys the poster children of the 2010s is what they ushered into the game on the negative side of the game. These three right here have definitely added to a lot of behaviors that we frown upon today. And these guys are are proponents of a lot of things. But we're gonna try to keep it brief as possible. I'm gonna try to keep this video as brief as possible. But we're gonna start with Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, man. Kevin Durant. I mean, they call him the Slim Reaper. What do they call him? Durantula, KD. You know what I'm saying? I don't know too many of his nicknames. I think he called himself one time the Waiter because he was serving people. I was like, number one, that's Tony Kukoc's. That's Tony Kukoc's nickname. So you need to find another one. That's Tony Kukoc's nickname. That ain't you, KD. There's already a waiter, and the waiter was Tony Kukoc. All right. But what I say about Kevin Durant, despite the fact that he is super talented, otherworldly talent, I definitely think that Kevin Durant represents the sucker moves, the sucker aspect of today's NBA. This is a simple fact that a lot of these guys are just petulant children, overgrown petulant children with multi-million-dollar contracts, in a cell phone in which they can directly talk to their fans or disrespect their fans or clap back at their fans. And Kevin Durant is the personification of the overly sensitive athlete. Kevin Durant, and his main weapon that he uses, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, he gets on there and at first he started off with the burner account talking all kinds of just foolishness, nonsense. And then when he finally got caught on it, then he tried to, double back and, but then he tried to, he tried to stand in it, but, it just made him look pathetic. I mean, this is the same guy, man. This is a dude that always walks around with a chip on his shoulder, acting as if everybody has wronged him, when in reality he has been coddled and ushered through the NBA with kid gloves. If he does get any kind of criticism, is usually balanced out with a whole lot of glazing, because Kevin Durant, man, I mean, he is just a super sensitive dude. He is a sensitive guy. This is a guy whose mom will clap back at reporters and stuff if they say anything wrong about Kevin Durant. I mean, this is a dude that's quick to go into the internet, talk a bunch of trash, disrespecting the fans. It's like I understand you want to defend yourself, but you're in the position where you don't really need to defend yourself, because we're watching you. We're watching you, Kevin. We're not, we should just be fodder in the background. That's what we should be to you. We should be fodder in the background. But because you're so sensitive, and the simple fact that people call you a punk, I mean, you make a lot of punk moves. You do a lot of punk things. You know what I'm saying? Like how how you left Westbrook hanging in OKC. Westbrook really thought of you like a bro. You know what I'm saying? And because y'all blew a 3-1 lead to the Warriors, and all it took was for Steph and Draymond to sit up here and whisper in your ear, and you just basically just dish your boy, who you've been in the fires with, who you gone to war with, so to speak. I don't like to use that terminology like that, but for lack of a better phrase, it's just to the point where it's just like you ushered in a whole lane for suckers, man. It's like Kevin is this like Draymond Green is a different kind of sucker. Dylan Brooks is a different kind of sucker. But Kevin Durant is like the uber sucker of all suckers. You know what I'm saying? And his main weapon is just running to the internet. He cries about everything. He plays the victim. And then the most egregious act that he ever did, the weakest move of all time, going to Golden State, the team that eliminated you in the Western Conference Finals after blowing a 3-1 lead. You dish your boy, Westbrook, lie to him, and then turn around and sign with the team that eliminated you. Because you wanted to win a championship the easy way. You didn't want to grind for it. You didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? You didn't want to do things. You didn't want to earn it. You didn't want to see. That's why we look at Michael Jordan a certain way, because he earned it. We know that he earned it. He didn't take no shortcuts. KD took the ultimate shortcut, and it got him 2 rings. Great, congratulations. But these 2 rings, no one respects, and that's the byproduct of trying to cheat the game. Kevin Durant is definitely a sucker, and he definitely cheats the game. And I'm so glad that the basketball gods humbled him down just a little bit. I mean, this is the same guy who's scared to say that he's 7 foot tall because somebody's gonna, I don't know, what are they gonna do? Make you a center? Like this ain't the 80s and the 90s, you know what I'm saying? And even then, you would not have survived, bro. You're a toothpick. And this is coming from a skinny dude. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Kevin Durant, man, for all the skills, you know, you definitely brought the Twitter fingers into the game, man. And now these players today, man, they're so quick to run to the internet. They're so quick to run to Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat and cry, complain, whine, try to clap back. It's like it just makes you look soft. It makes you look sensitive. It's like every little thing that somebody says about you, you gotta say something. Whatever happened to laughing about it and taking the high road and just looking like, well, I'm in a better position. I'm doing what I'm doing. You're paid to watch me, so I'm not going to pay attention to anything that you're saying unless you're threatening my family or, you know, that type of stuff. That should be the mindset of an NBA player, you know, such as, you know, Kevin Durant with his stature. But unfortunately for him, mainly for us, we got to deal with just his, you know, his weak, you know, his weak beta aura that he comes with, you know, with that peasy hair of his, you know what I'm saying? It's like, man, cut that stuff off, man. Just go bald, bro. Stop trying to grow your hair out. That, you know, whatever. But this dude is a straight sucker. And I mean, that is a huge contribution in the negative that Kevin Durant definitely has brought into not only the NBA basketball lexicon, but also within the realm of sports in general, sports and internet. It is just like, yeah, you want to connect with your fans. That's what being an athlete on the internet should be. Not for you to stand up here and try to defend yourself. And it's like, man, you're gonna have critics wherever you go. You're gonna have people dissing you. You're gonna have people sitting up there downing you. You're gonna have people questioning you. But to run to the internet every 5 minutes, crying and whining, it's not the way to go. Kevin Durant introduced the sucker vibes into the NBA. Steph Curry, KD's former teammate with Golden State for a few years. Yes, they won some rings. Yes, he is considered the greatest shooter of all time. I've said that, and I stand on that. Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time. He got it from his dad. His dad, Dell Curry, one of the greatest shooters in the NBA, in the NBA's history. Passed it on down to his son. His son took it to another level. I will have to say, thanks to the rules, a guy like Steph Curry can maneuver and do everything that he does on the court thanks to the rules, because I think that had it been 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, Steph Curry is coming off the bench, if anything. If he's starting, well, I mean, if he was starting back then, I would have to say somebody probably got injured. But Steph Curry, for all his gifts, I definitely have to say what he did as far as in the negative. He basically killed the game. He killed the style of the game. He killed the fact that the game went from inside out to outside. There is no inside. Now every team in the league thinks that they have a Steph Curry on their team and they want to chuck 40 threes a night. it looks good when Steph is doing all that. It looks very, very good. But I think what he did was that, unbeknownst to him, or I don't know, um, he definitely his style of play definitely altered the course of the NBA in the negative. Because I mean, it turned from an inside out athleticism, tough, strong, good defense. People meeting at the rim. Some guys getting their stuff thrown into the fourth row. Some guys getting poster dunks, getting the poster dunks off. All that good stuff, man. But what Steph brought was just an imbalance to the game, a super imbalance where basically it's just chuck a bunch of threes. And if you ain't chucking a bunch of threes, get some easy layups in the meantime. The 3-pointer definitely is a weapon in the game, and Steph knows how to use that weapon, no doubt. But also, although he has a positive, although positively, he basically made the game almost believable for the average person, because he doesn't look like a supreme athlete like LeBron James. You can look at him and be like, yeah, he's a supreme athlete. He looks the part. Balco. But you already know what that is. But man, despite the fact that he brought a lot of positive, into the game, I definitely think the most negative thing that he brought into the game was the simple fact that it was just a oversaturation of the 3-point shot. There's no balance. There's no inside outside game anymore. I mean, it's just everything is angled to shoot a three, and unfortunately, majority of these guys are not great shooters. Not like that. Now, for those that are great shooters, they overshadow the plethora of players that can't shoot a lick, but they all shoot threes just the same. 7-footers are shooting threes. 1 through 7, everybody's shooting threes. Nobody really has the wherewithal to go down on the block and do work outside of Jokic. Outside of Jokic, basically, everybody wants to be the point guard. Everybody wants to shoot threes. Everybody wants to be Steph Curry. You are not Steph Curry. And in a lot of ways, I wish Steph Curry had a little bit more to his game besides a three. I definitely know that that his negative isn't as big as KD's, but he definitely brought in an oversaturation of the 3-pointer, and definitely created an insane chasm within the realm of basketball. I mean, it's almost to the point where it seems like it's irreversible, because it just seems like big men don't want to be big men anymore. Nobody wants to slash to the hole. Nobody wants to get out on defense. Nobody wants to do anything. Everybody wants to just shoot threes because they see Steph do it. And some of it's not his fault, but he has to wear that jacket. And I definitely have to say, due to the fact that Steph Curry oversaturated his game with the 3-pointer, I have to say that I have to definitely say that that he did create an imbalance into the league. There was an imbalance in the force, and that was Steph Curry. And I hate to say it, whether fair or unfair, his game is the cause of it. Gotta just call it for what it is. And now we finally get to the Flop King. You already know what he brought to the game. Do I need to remind you all? We already know what he brought to the game. He brought the super team. He brought egregious, aggressive flopping. He brought he basically perfected the art of full head of steam, run everybody over, going to the cup. He's definitely great. Like I stated in my video yesterday, he's definitely adept and hella great at stealing somebody else's moments, absorbing somebody else's great moments, their moment in the sun, and he just knows how to just take that from you. He's a megalomaniac, just like I said, like I keep saying, he's a megalomaniac. It's another his self-serving nature, and his narcissism, and his just sociopathic behavior, uh definitely it's almost comical. It's almost cartoonish. He would play the whole good guy. I'm a team guy. I'm all about my teammates. I'm all this and that, but he's the first person to place blame on teammates. He's the first person to run away from a situation in which it makes him look like a loser. That's why he jumps from team to team to team. He's just trying to find situations. That's why he wants to surround himself with the best players possible, not only to benefit off of their glory, but also, and not only just benefit, but also hide behind them, and expect them to be the ones that bail him out. And if they don't, he's quick to blame you, ask for you to get traded, or he'll just say, you know what, I'm out, I'm gone, I'm not re-signing. LeBron James, potentially, allegedly, you know, steroids, cheating the game, bringing the media into to fight his battles, bringing Clutch Sports to do the dirty work while he tries to remain the goody two shoes. But it's too late. We've already seen it, LeBron. You brought so much to the game, where you become hated. You went from being one of the most beloved athletes when you first came into the league in 2004. By the time, fast forward to 2024, now you're the most hated man, one of the most hated men in sports. You're definitely the most hated man in the NBA. Definitely. And it's because of the crap that he brings to the game. He brings a childishness to the game. He brings it's front runner. He's a front runner. He's all about himself. He's quick to bury a coach, quick to bury a teammate, quick to bury a franchise, just to serve him. He in his latest scheme that happened to go without a hitch, was just getting his son drafted. It's like, how is your son one of the highest paid second rounders just coming into the league, and you came into the league barely averaging 4 points in college as the 7th leading scorer on the USC Trojans. And for LeBron James to pull all the strings along with his boys Maverick Carter and Rich Paul, definitely disgusting. Just definitely disgusting. And I definitely think that LeBron James is one of the sole reasons, if not the sole reason, why popularity has dropped. Because your so-called face of the league is probably the biggest cowards in the league. Probably one of the biggest front runners in NBA history, probably in sports history. This guy is only satisfied when somebody else is doing the dirty work. And then he'll sit back and then he'll swoop in at the last minute and try to steal shine. And because the media is in his pockets, they allow him. I mean, hence the Olympic MVP. Like, they literally made up an award for him. It's like, how many awards need to be made up for you? They made up a tournament for you. It's like in Adam Silver's quest to appease LeBron at every facet of his life, Adam Silver just adds more and more things to try to manufacture this man's legacy. And I definitely think that he brought that to the game. He brought that into the game, this stain, this stench into the game. I definitely think that he is the most egregious of the three when it comes to messing up the game. I definitely think that he's the biggest offender. I definitely think that LeBron James needs to get out of the league as soon as possible. I think that we're going to need at least another generation or two to get rid of this stench. And I hope it doesn't get worse. But the simple fact that we still have guys like KD, Steph Curry, and LeBron James leading the way, leading the league, and still being the faces of the league, it's It's almost insulting to a real NBA fan, because it's like, you know what these guys represent, and what these guys represent is not the standard that came before them. And now you have channels like myself and others that are trying to bring this out into the atmosphere, and just be like, look, this is what it is. This is what it is, gang. This is what it is, guys. But some people just don't believe. They don't believe it. But I'm just going off of what I see. I'm just going off from what I see, and from what I see from these three is very, 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 very disgusting work. It's very. I'll have to say that they definitely have put a damper into the NBA. A lot of people in the past thought that, that the fighting and the drugs and all that stuff in the 70s and 80s, all that was the killer. But no, it evolved into social media divas, coddled superstars, sports agencies doing your dirty work, along with media sycophants who basically want to kiss your butt every chance that they get, to try to get that exclusive interview that you're never going to give them. They have the penchant of disrespecting legends like LeBron James, constant disrespect of Michael Jordan, KD, whoever he's beefing with at the time. And you got Steph, where the egregious statements that he said about being better than Magic Johnson. I'm like, no sir. The facets of your game are they don't expand the way that Magic's did. And Magic did the part. Magic uplifted the game to a height never seen at that time. The only thing that, Steph, you've done, you've given us moments. You've given us a glimpse of greatness. You showed us your skills, but at the end, your skills is why this league is part of the reason why this league is where it's at. And Kevin Durant, the internet antics, just acting like a straight beta the whole damn time. You can't sit up here and try to gain respect, get respect, ask for respect when you behave like a sucker, when you behave like a 9-year-old girl, when you have to run to your mommy to fight your battles, when you gotta run to super teams because you can't win a ring by yourself, when you don't step up and be a leader. None of these guys are leaders. All of these guys, none of these guys are leaders. They front like they're leaders, but they're not. They're only leaders when it's good, but they're never leaders when things are going bad. They're never leaders. You don't hear from Steph. He gets quiet. You don't. It's like KD. He goes to the internet whining, and then we got LeBron James. He just sends his army of people to just make excuse after excuse after excuse for LeBron. All three of these guys are the faces of the 2010s. All three of these guys they are the poster children of why the NBA sucks today. They suck mainly because these players really don't give a damn. They're only about themselves. They're only about their game. They don't care about competitive balance. They don't care about the balance of the game. They don't care about how the fans feel. They don't care about anything. They only care about themselves. And these three guys are the definite examples and leaders of this era. And like I said, it may take a generation or two. It may take a few eras to get this stench away from the game. Maybe we can get back to the real hoop that we've always come to enjoy, and what made a lot of us NBA fans to begin with. I know it was kind of a rant video, but definitely want to say thank you all for tapping in with your boy. Man, it's Tuesday. You already know what it is, man. Taco Tuesday for those. Hey, I'm about to get ready to eat some tacos myself. You already know. Man, can't wait for that. But if you guys are enjoying some tacos tonight, I hope that you do. But if you're not, I at least hope that you are spending time with your family, loving on your loved ones, loving on them babies. Hopefully you guys are treating each other well. Hopefully you guys are being blessings, not burdens. That you guys are out here being respectable, responsible, having clear heads, and good intentions in your heart. You already know where you're gonna go. You're gonna go far. You're gonna take off. Man, I just want you all to just be safe. You know, don't do anything stupid. Don't do anything that puts you in harm's way or put others in harm's way. Man, and if all else, just be good people. And we'll reconvene and we'll do this all again tomorrow. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy, Skinny Hardaway. And this is another episode of Retro Heat Check in the books. And I'll leave you with these words, man. You already know. Peace. And wear your sneakers.